It is 90.3 KEXP, and we stream all over the world at KEXP.org. We have redecorated the place in honor of having this band with us today, and that is Liars. And if you are ready, take it away, guys.
Thank you.
place to die. you're here, but you're here. I'm away. I'm no good, I'm no good, I'm no good, I'm no good, I'm just dead. You were right, you were right, you were right, you were right. Come and here, I'm through with my word, I'm saying, why would do the same? You can't be right.
It is Liars, live here on 90.3 KEXP. Wow. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and doing this here at the station. Absolutely. And can we introduce the band, please?
Yes, over on the drums is Butchie Fuego, and to the across the room from me, in my face, the most beautiful man in the world, Aaron Hemphill.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yes.
I'm always in his face, though.
I mean, you are a work of art.
But by whom, though? I don't know who. We were talking about that the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And I am Angus.
Angus. Well, very nice to meet all of you guys. And the new album is called Mess. Is there a concept behind Mess? Each record seems to have some sort of a theme, or at least visually, because I know, Angus, that you're really into the visual arts as well as the audio side of things. Is there a concept that relates the visual art to the music, or sometimes is the visual art just kind of a theme and then the music's something else?
You know, I mean, really conceptually, when we started work on the record, our simple idea was really just to work as fast as possible in the most immediate way as we could, and in that way we were kind of throwing things together without overthinking it too much. And at some point, the idea of a mess came into our heads, and the idea that's interesting of how subjective it is for people to sort of ascertain what a mess is and what is an actual sort of fine, calculated piece of work.
Right.
And that's kind of where this coloured string came into fruition, and the visual campaign, where we started to realise, well, even though this looks like just a giant mess of string that maybe we put in the gutter on Sunset Boulevard and took a photo of it, is that a mess, or is it something that's very particular and put there precisely?
Exactly.
So it's an interesting sort of blurred line that I think the whole kind of record works around.
I mean, in a way, the same could be said about graffiti. Some people look at something as a mess or destruction, whereas another person might look at it as a piece of work or art, and it makes sense to them, or it ignites their imagination.
Yeah.
So who is one to say what a mess is?
Exactly, and I think that's the question that's interesting. And I always say it. I love my brother, but we'll go into a gallery together, and he's the kind of guy that will say, yeah, mate, I could have done that.
Yeah.
And that's always interesting to me, because even if it's just a blank canvas, you didn't do it because you never thought of that idea.
That's what I always say when somebody hears, like, one of my friends listens to a band and they're like, they're just hitting a button and they're not really. Yeah. It's like, well, you didn't do it, though. You're not the one that put it out there.
And what's the intention behind just pushing the button? I mean,
right.
It's possible that musician could actually shred like Hendrix, but maybe their decision now is something to express something completely different.
I've always thought that, and I've always hated when somebody said, they don't have any talent. And it's like, well, you know what? Steve Vai has talent, but you're going to go listen to those records and put headphones on? I mean, sure, he's amazing at what he does.
Yeah.
Or Joe Satriani is talented, but it's more stylistically, you don't have to have what they call talent necessarily, just a vision and passion in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I mean, for a long time I was put off the idea of making music because I thought it required this kind of, schooled sort of learning about it, but then certainly when I met Aaron and we were at art school, it dawned on me that it's possible to use it as a medium just like another artist, but it's really the concept which is the most interesting part, you know.
So I've been reading about some of your influences, and some of them, fans and listeners would obviously relate. Like, I know that you love Suicide, and I know that you love a lot of late 70s, early 80s kind of synth, post-punk stuff. But one influence of yours, and I think that on my way to interview you guys, in preparation, I was jamming to this record, and I think you'll appreciate this, Angus.
Oh, yeah.
Is Notorious Big's Ready to Die. What can you tell our listeners about Biggie Smalls and about what Ready to Die means to you?
Let's do this together, Aaron. I mean, this was an important record for us when we were living in New York, wasn't it?
It was. I think hip hop in general was very important when we were living in New York. It's when we still do to an extent, but we would create songs from the drums up, and I think it had a large role in the structure of a lot of our songs.
Right.
A lot of our misinterpretations or our inability to recreate those drum sounds had a lot to do with it, and I think we both admire Biggie because he kind of seems to have the same thing I think Hendrix has, where they both found their call, what they were born to do and what they were truly gifted at. So I think it's a really special story.
But I mean, also in terms of this music, definitely, but a lot of 90s hip hop, it speaks to this idea that we were just talking about before. I mean, to me, I like repetition.
Yep.
And
simplicity.
Yeah, and a really simple repetitive bass line and drum beat is what inspires me more than something that's really complex and that's changing a lot and is really sort of fancy in its fretwork or whatever, And so it's another kind of style of music that for me was very inspirational in the sense that, well, yeah, okay, if you set up a kind of a groove, then that can be the song,
Right.
And it's not about trying to be technical, it's about trying to impart an idea, So yeah, Biggie has been big for us.
I think it's like, to go back to your examples of like Steve Vai and Joe Satriani, I don't recall them ever changing like language, whereas that era of hip hop in particular, changed language and vocabulary.
Yep.
And that's a huge addition to any social structure.
And there's still reverberations of it to this day. I hear it all the time. And I do also, some people listen back to late 80s, early 90s hip hop and R&B, and some people will say, "Oh, that's so dated." And I'm like, I actually disagree. I like the repetitiveness as well as you do. The other day, and this also coincides with, I was watching an interview that you had done. You were talking about somebody had brought you a book of artists.
Oh, right,
You spoke about some artists in there, like Lawrence Weiner and John Baldessari and them. And I love this part of this interview. It's probably something that you maybe wouldn't even think twice about, but you're looking through this book of artists, Yoko Ono, and all this, and just you were talking to whoever it was you were talking to, and for 1 second you caught a picture of Nena Cherry, and you're like, "Oh, Nena Cherry," and then you just continued on with your story. And I love that you recognized her, because coincidentally, just a week ago, I re-listened to that song Buffalo Stance, and it actually blew my mind. I was like, does anyone realize that this is an amazing song? This isn't just like a hit, a one-hit wonder type of thing. Like, it is an amazing song, and she has become an amazing artist. She just did a record with Fortet.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I do remember that bit you're talking about. I mean, there was a lot of great artists and musicians in that book, and it was really hard to sort of pick my poison, but I mean, she's amazing, and like you said, is still really active, and that's awesome. But Buffalo Stance, man, that's a serious jam.
It's a jam. Is exactly how to describe it. Well, thanks again, guys, for stopping by. The new album is called Mess. Definitely get it, and we would love to hear a few more songs from you guys if that is okay with you.
I think we can do that.
All right, it is Liars live here on 90.3 KEXP Seattle.
Thank you.
facts and fiction, fiction.
I'm not son of a shirt. 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 I'm not son of a shirt.
Watch out the calico, wide out the coat sleeve wear, wide out the snow if time allows.
Facts and fiction, fiction.
Beach party massacre, get our attention down. If I could only see them
Facts
now.
and fiction, fiction.
I'm not son of a shirt. 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 I'm not son of a
Facts and fiction. We called you at the seance, but only doubts appeared. I fought and lost to dumb and facts and fiction. We smartly messed it up. Here's our accomplices. My only question is just facts and fiction. Facts and fiction, fiction. Facts are 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 facts and fiction, fiction.
We'll do this next one without an intro.
It is Liars here on 90.3 KEXP, streaming all over the world, KEXP.org. And can all these songs are on the new album, right, Mess?
Yep.
And did you guys have one more in you, or is this, was that it? I was handed 5. You don't have to. It's totally up to you guys.
I think we can leave it there.
Okay, we should leave it at that.
Yes, thank you.
I agree.
Yeah.
Because it was that perfect picture. Let's not ruin it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Once again, thanks, you guys, and thanks for sitting down and talking with us and stopping by your busy schedule to play here at KEXP. And good luck on the rest of the tour, and please keep creating some fantastic music and art. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
All right, it was Liars live here on 90.3 KEXP. My name is Troy Nelson, and thanks for listening and watching.